Jessica, also known as the Preacher Makeup Lover, and today I'm going to be doing a tag video. This is the your first time tag, so we're just gonna get right into it. Okay. Number one, do you still talk to your first love? No, I don't. Um, my first love. Well, first love, take that back. I'm sorry. I do. I was thinking of my first crush. I'm sorry. But my first love, yes, I do. I actually talk to him every now and then, like frequently, like every other day or every other week, something like that. Number two, what was your first job? My first job was I was working for my cousin. She does taxes, and I worked for her as a receptionist. So that's my first job. I've never had like a regular fast food, working in a grocery store, department store type job. I never have, and I'm pretty sure by now I never will. I'm 22, be 23. I don't plan on having one of them jobs. I plan on finishing school and actually working in my field of study. So yeah. Number three. What was your first car? See that right there? Those of you who know me know I don't drive yet. So, um, yeah, I don't drive yet. Sad, but yeah, yeah. Anyways, Um, number three. Who was your first person you text today? First person I text today was, I think it was my best friend, Xavier. I text him today. Yeah. Um, who was the first person you thought? Who was the first person you thought of this morning? First person I thought of? I don't know. Like I really can't answer that. Like the first person? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Number six. Who was your first grade teacher? My first grade teacher, if I'm not mistaken, um, it was at Cleveland Elementary School in Youngstown, Ohio. For those of you who don't know, I'm not from Memphis. I'm originally from Ohio. But yeah, her name was Miss Gullibick. She was a short, stout lady. So yeah, my first grade teacher. Okay. Um, where did you go on your first airplane ride? See, about that. I have not ever been on a plane before, but that's going to change really, really, really soon. Really soon. So, yeah. Um, who was your first best friend and do you still talk to him or her? My first best friend, her name was Shaniqua Shepherd. And no, I don't still talk to her. Um, we stopped talking when I moved from Ohio to Memphis. We had probably stopped talking about a year or so before that. She went her way, I went my way. I went to a different school. She went to a different school. So that was about ninth grade, eighth or ninth grade. Finishing eighth grade, going to ninth grade, we stopped talking because we started going to different schools. So yeah. Um, what was your first sleepover? My first sleepover was at one of my cousin's house. We really didn't. Growing up, my grandmother didn't allow us to just go to over anybody's house and everybody's house. But if it was close family or a close family friend, then we went over their house. And we didn't do that often. We did it very frequently. But yeah, my cousin, she has 6 kids, 4 boys and 2 girls. And me and my sister would go over her house and we would all just have fun. Um, who was the first person you talked to today? The first person I talked to today was my granny. I talked to her on the phone today. Um, whose wedding was I in for the first time? Um, the only wedding I've been in was my grandmother's and my grandfather's vow renewal ceremony. And I was one of the bridesmaids. I'm sorry, not a bridesmaid. I was the maid of honor. maid, matron, whichever one's not married, that one. But as far as being in a wedding, that was my first wedding type of thing being in. But I've never been in an actual wedding. I've been to weddings, I planned weddings, all that type of stuff, but I've never been in an actual wedding. Okay, what's the first thing you did this morning? The first thing I did this morning was I got up and I brushed my teeth, and then I said my prayers, and I had a meeting that was canceled. So I didn't go to that, so I got my classes situated for next semester. So that was the first thing I did this morning. What was the first concert you ever went to? Yeah, I really didn't do that type of stuff growing up. Like, I didn't go to concerts. Like, I think the only type of concert I went to was like a church musical, and I think I was about, at that time, I was probably about 20, 21. I'm about 20 or 21, so I was basically grown by then. Number 14. First broken bone. My first broken bone was my ankle. Funny story. This was about 7th grade. I went to the skating rink. Me and some friends. No, school field trip. My bad. Went to the skating rink. And we had on skates and everything. And some song came on. I don't know what it was. But we were finna go to the skating rink to get on to go skate. And something happened. And one of my friends tried to do something, or do a move or something. And she almost lost her balance. And I ended up losing mine and twisting my ankle. And eventually it was broke, but it wasn't twisted. It was broke, but they told me it was twisted. Come to find out it was broke. First piercings, I only have my ears pierced. I always wanted a tongue ring, but it never happened. It ain't gonna happen. First foreign country, I've never been out of the country yet. But like I said, that's going to change really, really soon. First movie you remember seeing in the movie theaters, I believe it was like Toy Story years ago. When was your first detention? My first detention was about 7th grade, 7th or 8th grade for something dumb. I don't know what it was. I forget. Who was your first roommate? My first roommate, her name was Kristen, and this was my freshman year of college. That's all I'm saying, because my mother always taught me, my grandmother, if you don't have anything nice to say, you don't say nothing at all. So we're going to move on. What was the first lesson you ever took? First lesson? Like, I don't understand the question, but, or meaning whatever, first lesson you learned or something like that. It would probably be to treat people how you want to be treated, because there's no fun in mistreating people, because when you're mistreated, you know how that feels. It doesn't feel good to be mistreated or hurt. So, and that would be my first lesson, to always treat people how I wanted to be treated. Who was the first beauty related person you watched on YouTube? Oh, oof. I don't even remember. Like, it had to be somebody, either Makeup Doll or Glam Twins, Kelsey and Kendra, or Ivy. One of them. It's somebody. It's between them. And if I'm mistaken, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's it, you guys. I just wanted to come and do this quick tag for you all. Y'all excuse my face. I've been busy all day, looking like this all day. So, but yeah, you all, thank you for watching this video, and ask that you do not forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.